Hey guys, this is Frank with Wildstar going over another add-on, and today we have a pretty big one and an important one in my opinion. It is Galaxy Meter, and this one is done by Humera, and this is Galaxy Meter 21. It is similar to Recount for you World of Warcraft people. I like to compare this game to that game since I feel a lot of you are from there. It has a lot to it. It has a lot of room for improvement. And one thing I really like about Humera is there seems to be a lot of work in progress. So to me, the biggest thing it doesn't have is a easy way to show the interrupts. I think that needs a little bit of help. So there's going to be actually a precast interrupt thing coming up to update on it. So I'm looking forward to that, and I'll probably add an edit to when that comes up. There's actually a lot to this add-on that I don't quite know yet. That's how extensive this add-on is. And as more things come out and the more I learn, the more familiar I get with it, I'll release an additional video updating everything. I just wanted to get this one out there, being that a lot of people are getting into endgame and wanted to see what rotation works best for them, damage-wise or healing or whatever you want to do. I know a lot of people are fearful in a way of DPS meters, because that's kind of the downfall of WoW. Is you got a bunch of DPSs, bunch of damage doers racing to be on the top and not really worrying about interrupt and not standing in fire. Classic fail. But this has a lot to it, and I'll show you where the damage thing is right away, so you guys can see that for you guys that are just caring about the DPS. And then I'll show a little bit more of what it has. And again, I won't be showing everything. I'm going to do an additional video later on that'll have more detail as things come out, and the more I get familiar with this. But let me show you in game. Okay, now we're in game with Galaxy Meter, and we're over here and we're looking at the different options that we have. This is what it looks like when you first bring it up, and quite a bit. Now, to make this short and simple for the DPS that are from World of Warcraft and just care about numbers, it's right there. Player damage done, and it says overall damage done, but it resets every time you start a fight, go in and out of combat. You'll notice that somebody's awesome in his top DPS. But anyways, so that's where your damage is done. If that's all you're here for, then that's where the video ends. For everybody else that cares about other things, this is what we're looking at here. We have the top four are from the mob. We see, if you look at here, we actually see like who's doing the most damage to us. The Blood Pit Necromancer #1, and then closely with the Gladiator. And you're able to see, okay, so this is the person we need to bring down most, something like that. You know, you're able to make your decisions based on that. It's left click to click into one of these, right click to get back out. And then we see mob damage by spell, so you're able to kind of distinguish what you need to do. And then we could see what does the damage to them, like what we did damage to. And then you have, so you have the damage done, damage taken, player damage done, and then the unit one. To me, now I'm probably wrong on this, so please forgive me, but it seems like damage done is the right one to use. This one I'm a little confused on how and why it's not working. I'll edit in the description below once I see the difference between those two, and I'll explain that later on. Player damage taken, so we can see here that that Bloodstir was the most damage taken, and then it scales down, and then I was second on that. And then we got the damage taken unit, and then player deaths. Everybody died but me, because I'm awesome. I was able to go invis when we were wiping, so that shows how great that pool was. But anyways, so you're able to kind of get the death meter going on. If you have a big raid or whatever, you're able to see who's really not getting out of telegraphs. And then we have we have the healing here, and we have effective healing, healing received. So this is your tank. Hopefully the top one is the tank. And then the effective healing. Then you have overhealing. This is pretty important if you're a healer. You want to make sure that you're not just killing your resource. So we have overhealing by Madeline, pretty high. So if you're #1 on the healing charts, this is an old World of Warcraft problem here for you guys that are from that. A lot of you guys are. If you're #1 in healing charts, but then you go over to the overhealing charts and you're #1 there too, there's an issue there. You're just spamming moves to be able to beat the numbers, and that's not necessarily useful. Not when you can have interrupts and things like that going on. So it's a pretty good damage meter. It's been pretty accurate. I have other friends that have it. We've been like testing numbers against each other. Seems like it's pretty spot on with everybody else. I'm gonna see if there's any other damage meters and do reviews on those, because this one is the top downloaded one, but maybe there's other ones that give you better options. I haven't found where it shows the interrupt counter. To me, that's pretty important, and I haven't found it yet in this add-on. But that's about it. Oh, it has the report feature too, which is always nice to blast. You know, who screwed things up, and like, oh, I'm amazing, you know, stuff like that. So that's about it, and you guys have fun. Happy gaming.